Do you hold your phone like this? Or maybe like this? Well, if you're like most people, you probably hold your phone in a vertical format, a 16:9 ratio. Studies have shown that smartphone users hold their phones vertically about 94% of the time, and less than 30% are willing to turn their phone to watch a horizontal ad on mobile. But I am not here to talk about statistics. I am here to show you how you can create a vertical commercial at home for your products. So let's roll the clip, shall we? Okay, so I'll get everything set up for the first scene. This will actually be the last scene that I'm filming, but this will be the first scene for you. I'm getting real tired of working with chocolate. As you can see, if you're not quick enough, it kind of hardens and stiffens up. So when melting chocolate, I gotta be very quick, even though I add a bunch of oil to it. Anyway, for this scene, the plan is I got two tripods here. And on one of these tripods I will take the chocolate and I will glue it onto here. And then this tripod, I can kind of like move it around like this and spin it. So if we look in the camera, I'm gonna put the chocolate there kind of like on a pedestal, and then I'm going to, I don't know, just spin it around and move it upwards. And hopefully we can get some cool effects. So let's go. So this scene will probably be one of the hardest scenes to pull off, and it's all about timing on this one. So what I've done here is I've put my camera on a piece of paper, so it's easier to drag, and then I'm just gonna let go of this bar, and the bar is gonna fall down, and I'm gonna drag this camera backwards as well, and I'm gonna carefully open this bar as well. So hopefully we can get some chocolate like falling out of this tube. And I'm gonna film this in 120 FPS, so we will have this nice slow motion of these rolls of chocolate like rolling out. But yeah, this is probably gonna take a few tries or 20 tries, but I think it can be a cool scene, so let's go. So when I tested this out at first, it worked fine. But when it was time for the actual shoot, I quickly ran into trouble. Some problems could be fixed by just using some tape. But the main problem was the fact that the chocolate was so unreliable in the way it rolled out of the tube. Sometimes it didn't roll out at all, and sometimes everything rolled out at once. Then when I finally got a good roll going, the camera movement was not fast enough, or the bar fell in a weird way. It was just way too many things that had to go right. So I decided to switch out the chocolate for some hazelnuts, which is the flavor of the chocolate. Good morning. So I just woke up and I checked last night's footage, and it was really the right decision to switch from chocolate to nuts. You can check it here. It's just so much more reliable. The bounce. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Okay, let's keep filming. After that scene, I started to melt a bunch of chocolate. For the smooth chocolate look, I added vegetable oil. For this hazelnut scene, I attached a hazelnut to a metal straw and then I dipped it in chocolate. Then, in Adobe After Effects, I simply removed the metal straw and the background, and we ended up with this nice creamy looking shot. I also glued metal straws on hazelnuts for this scene, where I split a nut, I filled it with chocolate, and then I separated them. I added no extra oil to this chocolate mix, because I wanted the texture to be very sticky, and I think I succeeded in that. Next, I chopped up a bunch of hazelnuts, and I simply let them fall into the chocolate oil mix in 120 FPS. This scene was quite easy. It is not the best scene, but I think it's simple and it tells the story. Now, the next scene was far from simple, and it didn't go according to plan at all. But one thing I've learned is to not give up, especially when you have spent a lot of time preparing a scene. So even though it didn't go as planned for this scene, I kept trying things and improvising, because I knew that if I gave up, I had to prepare the scene all over again. So I kept trying things and just praying I can use some of this footage. And it turns out I found a pretty nice shot that I wasn't expecting at all, which was this piece of chocolate just surfing this wave. I sped it up and I keyframed it to follow the piece of chocolate, and voila! This became one of my favorite scenes in this project, and it was totally unexpected. Alright, so here we are. This is the hero shot, or the money shot, or call it whatever you want, but this will be the final scene, and what's most important here is that we display the product in a simple way, so you actually see what the commercial is about. So the plan is I will fill this container up and I will put some cacao powder on the logo, and then I will reverse it so the cacao, well, the brown powder, the chocolate powder will basically be kind of like reversed up, which will reveal the logo. So I'm just gonna prepare this and we will see how it goes. So the cacao powder has a lot of clumps. I'm just using this tool. I don't know what it's called. It's called a sil in Swedish, and what I'm doing right now is called sikta. So I'm sifting this cacao powder just to make it powder. Yeah, that looks much nicer than clumps. So I have filled these two jars with powder, and then basically all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this on top of the product, and when I reverse it, it hopefully looks like all this powder is being, I don't know, beamed up by a spaceship or something, revealing the product underneath. So I hope I can do this on one try, because it was a pain to set it up. Okay, wish me luck. That didn't work. Fuck. So that didn't go so well. Or did it? Something that I like to do after I've shot kind of like a sketchy scene is that I like to take the footage from the camera and put it into the computer. Because a lot of footage can be saved even though it doesn't look like that. So this scene, for example, I mean, I was all in the frame with the jars and it just looked super bad. But before I reshoot it, I just play around a little bit with keyframing and masking sometimes, and you'd be surprised how much footage you can save. So this footage actually ended up working out, and yeah, I used it in the final commercial. So sometimes, even though you think that the footage looks bad, you can still save it in the computer. Not always, but it's worth a check if you have the possibility to do so. And with that being said, I'd just like to thank you for watching till the end. Anyway, to summarize this project, I mean, it was a pain to work with chocolate. I didn't really enjoy that, but it was fun to work with a vertical format. I haven't done that too much, and there is a little bit more things to consider when working in a vertical format. So that was a good challenge. And I think I will do more vertical videos. I have some ideas in mind. So if you like that kind of stuff, stay tuned. And if you don't like that kind of stuff, you can just tell me in the comments and maybe I'll do another video. So take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.